This is the President of the United States who, as candidate, called $6 trillion un-American. If $6 trillion is un-American, $16 trillion is not American. I mean, this is the next level, and yet the media are acting like, I think you are correct, Kirsten. Well, we've heard it before, but Bush never called his, $6 trillion national debt un-American. Obama did.
Yeah, but
and so let's hold him accountable. If it's un-American, let's hold him accountable.
Inherited a surplus, so he was in a different
Well, that's
position.
what I was about to say, that we went through a terrible recession here, and steps had to be taken. And don't forget, Dick Cheney is the man who famously said, deficits don't matter.
Yeah, but you're avoiding the number one problem right now, which is President Obama called $6 trillion un-American. He has overseen $16 trillion.
In the meantime, Jim, Paul Ryan introduced his budget, and it's hard to find a good word said about it in the press.
You might be thinking of, for example, the Washington Post, Jonathan Bernstein, and said, what do you do when one party is this, underline this, dishonest? And sometimes reporters will say, well, I don't write the headlines. In the text, he also called it breathtakingly dishonest. So I guess that kind of speaks for where Mr. Bernstein sees, and much of the Washington Post see Paul Ryan.
Why does he not, Kirsten, I mean, disagree or agree with the budget that he puts forward? Why does he not get credit for at least putting something on paper and saying, this is what I think we ought to do?
Well, isn't that his job? I mean, I don't know why people
Well, isn't it the president's job to put out a budget, and he says he can't do it because...
And he's been rightly criticized for that. I think that the fact that he's late with his budget is a problem, and he's been criticized for it. I don't think Paul Ryan gets extra points just for putting a budget out. I think he needs to put something out that people actually might be able to work together on, and this is not that document. You cannot make your centerpiece of your budget repealing the president's cornerstone, Obamacare. It's a non-starter, and everybody knows it. So I don't treat it as a serious exercise. I think it's something meant to gin up the base, and that's the way